Every tank has a father. The Tiger had the Neubaufahrzeug. The Leopard had the Panther. Today, we trace the entire family tree of German armour to see how the world's most famous tanks grew up from humble beginnings. To kick things off, here is World War I. A7V. The A7V was the only German-designed tank to see combat in the Great War. It was a massive steel fortress on tracks, requiring a staggering crew of 18 men to operate its 6 machine guns and main cannon. Up next, A7VU. Influenced by captured British tanks, the A7VU featured an all-around track design. While it looked more modern than the original A7V, its high centre of gravity made it unstable, and only one prototype was ever built. Leichter Kampfwagen II. Designed at the end of the war, the LK2 was a light tank featuring a fully rotating turret. Though it never saw combat for Germany, the design lived on in Sweden, where it served as their first armoured vehicle. Then, K-Wagon. The K-Wagon was a true super heavy monster, weighing 120 tons. It was so enormous that it had to be dismantled into sections just to be transported by rail to the front lines. Next up, interwar period Leichtraktor. Developed in secret to bypass treaty restrictions, this light tractor was actually a testbed for new armoured tactics. It was tested at a clandestine base in the Soviet Union during the late 1920s. Großtraktor, or large tractor, was a secret heavy tank project. It was tested extensively at the Kama Tank School to refine early German ideas for mobility and armament, though it was never intended for mass production. Durchbruchswagen 1, the DW1, was Henschel's first attempt at a heavy breakthrough tank. It focused on thick, vertical armour and a robust suspension, serving as the very first ancestor in the lineage of the famous Tiger tank. Durchbruchswagen 2, an evolution of the first model. The DW2 increased armour protection and refined the drivetrain. These experiments provided the critical engineering data needed to eventually build the heavy panzers of World War II. Neubaufahrzeug. With 3 turrets and a menacing profile, this tank was a masterpiece of propaganda. Though it saw limited action in Norway, its armour was actually quite thin, making it more of a psychological weapon than a frontline powerhouse. Next, Panzer I version A. The Panzer I-A was intended only for training, but it became the face of early German blitzkrieg. Armed only with 2 machine guns, it relied on speed rather than firepower to overwhelm its enemies. Panzer I version B. The B model featured a longer hull and a more reliable water-cooled engine. While it was mechanically superior to the A version, it remained dangerously undergunned for face-to-face tank combat. Let's move on to World War II. Panzer I version C. Built for airborne and scouting operations, the Panzer I-C featured a unique interleaved wheel suspension. It could reach speeds of nearly 80 km per hour, making it one of the fastest tracked vehicles of its time. Now this is the Panzer I version F. Sometimes called the Baby Tiger, the version F was a tiny tank with massive armour plating. It was designed to lead infantry assaults against heavy fortifications, sacrificing all speed for pure protection. Now this is the Panzer II version, A through F. This series was the workhorse of the early war. Equipped with a 20mm rapid-fire autocannon, it was effective against light vehicles and infantry during the invasions of Poland and France. Panzer II version, DE. Designed as a specialised cavalry tank, this version used a Christie-style suspension with 4 large road wheels. It was built for high-speed manoeuvres on roads, but performed poorly in off-road conditions. Now this is the Panzer II version, G. The version G was a refined scout tank that experimented with new vision ports and a high-speed suspension. Only a few were produced, as the military began shifting focus toward heavier reconnaissance designs. Then, Panzer II version, J. The version J was an extreme concept in heavy protection. It carried 80mm of frontal armour, more than many heavy tanks, but was so heavy that its small engine could barely move it across the battlefield. Next, Panzer II version, L, Lux, was the ultimate Panzer II. It was a dedicated high-speed scout tank that was highly regarded by its crews for its mobility, reliability, and excellent optics. The next one, VK 13.03. This VK project was the developmental bridge to the Lux. It proved that a dedicated light tank chassis could provide superior reconnaissance capabilities compared to modified older models. Then, Panzer III version A. The Panzer IIIA was the first step in creating a dedicated anti-tank platform. It debuted with a 5-wheel suspension system that proved unstable and was quickly redesigned for later production models. Panzer III version EN. These models represent the peak of the Panzer III. They evolved from carrying a small 37mm gun to a powerful short 75, serving as Germany's primary medium tank for the first half of the war. Panzer IV version A through F1. The early Panzer IV was designed for infantry support. Its short-barreled 75mm gun fired large, high-explosive shells intended to knock out bunkers and machine gun nests. Now this is the Panzer IV version. F2 to J, upgraded with a lethal long-barreled gun, these versions turned the Panzer IV into a deadly tank killer. It was the only German tank to remain in continuous production throughout the entire war. VK30.01. Ferdinand Porsche's entry for the 30-ton tank featured a radical gasoline-electric transmission. While technically innovative, the system proved heavy and unreliable compared to more traditional designs. VK36.01. This heavy prototype was a direct ancestor to the Tiger. It was intended to carry a specialized tapered bore gun, but a shortage of tungsten for the ammunition led to the project being redesigned into the Tiger we know today. VK30.02. This was the winning prototype for the Panther tank project. By adopting sloped armor and a high-velocity gun, it was designed specifically to counter the Soviet T-34 on the Eastern Front. Panzer V Panther. Widely considered one of the best tanks of the war, the Panther combined excellent frontal protection with a 75mm gun that could penetrate almost any Allied tank from long range. VK45.01. The Porsche Tiger featured a forward-mounted turret and a complex hybrid drive. Though it lost the production contract to Henschel, its hulls were later recycled to create the formidable Ferdinand tank destroyer. Next, VK45.03. This was an early Henschel heavy tank project that eventually evolved into the Tiger II. It aimed to combine the heavy armor of the Tiger with the sloped surfaces of the Panther. Panzer VI, Tiger I. The Tiger I was a legend of armored warfare. Its 88mm gun and nearly indestructible front armor created a sense of Tiger phobia among Allied crews throughout Europe. Panzer VI, Tiger II. The definitive version of the King Tiger featured a thick, flat-faced turret. Weighing nearly 70 tons, it was a slow but terrifying predator that dominated long-range engagements. The next one, Panzer VIII Maus. The Maus remains the heaviest fully enclosed armored fighting vehicle ever built. It weighed 188 tons and was designed to be a rolling bunker, though only 2 prototypes were ever finished. Kugelpanzer. The Kugelpanzer, or ball tank, is one of the most mysterious vehicles in history. Only one survives today. While its exact role is unknown, it is theorized to have been a one-man reconnaissance scout. Let's move on to Cold War. Sparpanzer SPIC. This post-war light tank was a prototype designed for reconnaissance and anti-tank defense. It was built to test a 90mm low-pressure gun, allowing a light chassis to punch above its weight class. Up next, Sparpanzer Ru 251. The Ru 251 was built to be the ultimate scout. Based on the Kanonenjagdpanzer hull, it could reach 80 km/h, making it fast enough to outrun many contemporary main battle tanks. Standard Panzer Group B. This prototype was part of a competition to develop a new European tank. While Group A eventually became the Leopard, the Group B design featured innovative hydro-pneumatic suspension systems. Leopard 1. The early Leopard 1 prioritized mobility and firepower over armor. Its designers believed that modern anti-tank shells would penetrate any thickness, so they made the tank fast and agile instead. Leopard 1, A3, A4. These upgraded Leopards featured a new angular welded turret with spaced armor. They were equipped with advanced computerized fire control systems, making them some of the most accurate tanks of the 1970s. Leopard 1A6. The 1A6 was an experimental test bed used to evaluate the feasibility of mounting a 120mm smoothbore gun on the Leopard 1 chassis. It never entered production or active service. KPZ-70, a joint project between West Germany and the US, this tank featured futuristic tech, like a driver seated in the turret and a height-adjustable suspension. It was ultimately too expensive and complex for mass production. VT-11. The VT-11 was a radical, twin-gunned casemate tank. By removing the turret, engineers aimed to create a low-profile vehicle that used highly advanced aiming computers to fire both guns at a single target. VT-12. An improvement on the twin-gun concept, the VT-12 featured two 120mm cannons. It was incredibly fast and could fire while zigzagging, a technique called Schlingen. Up next, Begleitpanzer 57. This light support vehicle was a unique hybrid. It combined a Marder hull with a 57mm naval autocannon, designed to provide rapid-fire support against both aircraft and light armoured vehicles. The next one, TH-301 TAM. Designed in Germany for the Argentine Army, the TAM is a medium tank based on a Marder hull. It was built specifically to be light enough for the bridges and terrain of South America. Leopard 2K. The 2K was a series of high-speed prototypes that tested various hull and turret configurations. These trials directly led to the birth of the Leopard 2, the world's premier main battle tank. Leopard 2. The Leopard 2 redefined the modern main battle tank. Combining a powerful smoothbore gun, advanced composite armour, and a high-performance diesel engine, it became the standard for NATO's armoured forces, ending with post-Cold War, modern era. Leopard 2, A5, A7. These modern iterations feature iconic wedge-shaped turret armour, designed to deflect incoming shells. The A7 variant is currently one of the most advanced tanks in the world, featuring digital battlefield management. Leopard 2 PSO. The PSO, or Peace Support Operations model, was designed for urban combat. It features an array of cameras, a bulldozer blade, and extra armour to protect against short-range rocket-propelled grenades. Leopard 2 Revolution. This modular upgrade package transforms older hulls into modern digital platforms. It features advanced 360-degree protection and improved electronics to survive the threats of a 21st century battlefield. KF-51 Panther. The KF-51 is a vision of the future. It carries a massive 130mm main gun and is designed to operate alongside kamikaze drones and automated defense systems. EMBT, the Enhanced Main Battle Tank, is a hybrid of European engineering, mating a Leopard 2 hull with a French Leclerc turret. It serves as a technology demonstrator for the next generation of shared European defense. Up next, MGCS Demonstrator. This platform is part of the Main Ground Combat System project. It is designed to replace both the Leopard 2 and the French Leclerc, focusing on unmanned turrets and networked combat systems.